Show them 1 or 2 technology, like a mirror, you know? And then they shot them.
Listen, let me tell you, these people here are the lost tribes of Israel. Yes. And what do you think Abraham
from Africa?
No, these people they migrated to Africa.
No, Africa, they were already settled in there. They came to Africa, they listened. And they showed them 1, 2 Bible. They showed them the white man.
The white man.
They were enslaving the black people.
Right. But the black, I'm talking about listen, the black people that were there are not indigenous. The West African, the Bantu, they're not indigenous to the continent of Africa. Yeah. They migrated to Africa.
No, they were settled in Africa.
No. I'm telling you about my history.
You're black.
Right. Yeah. You have to. Everybody on the planet is black. You're black. You're all dark-skinned people. We're all black. I'm saying we're Hebrews.
But the what? Can I say one thing?
Let me explain to this guy. Yeah, right. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. We migrated to West Africa. Yeah. No, I'm telling you about. Listen, I've been to West Africa. I've spoken to the people there.
I didn't tell you black men have migrated to Africa.
No, I'm talking about us, my people. No, my people. Where are you from?
I'm from Somalia.
Exactly, you're Somalian. Your people are different people from my people.
Yeah, but
you're a Hamite.
I traveled to Somalia. I didn't migrate to Somalia. My people always settled in Somalia.
Yeah, my people will always. No. You don't. This guy.
They be taken away.
Bro, can I just say one thing to you?
They be taken away and migrated to America.
Let's start from.
But they don't migrate to Africa.
Can I just say
they were
one thing?
migrated out of Africa.
Can I just say one thing?
Are you serious?
Bro, hear what I'm saying. What I'm saying, right now, the sons now basically you're asking us how do we get the Mexicans from the 12 tribes, right? Yeah. From Jacob. Now, you have to understand. What you have to understand is this. Okay, Jacob, you had Ishmael. Okay, you had Isaac.
No, Ishmael
listen. Yeah, we
don't get confused with Ishmael. He's not the descendant of the 12
tribes. Bro, you haven't even heard what I said.
The 12 tribes.
Well, you haven't even heard what I said. What I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. Let me finish. What I'm saying is this. Yeah, the first son was Ishmael.
Yeah, from a woman who was a slave to Sarah. She was given to Sarah as a slave.
Right, Hagar. Right. But what I'm saying is this. Right. The covenant went down to, Isaac. As we all should know that the covenant went down to Isaac, right? And then to the sons of Jacob. Okay, now, hear me out. Let me finish. It did. Let me finish. Now,
but the first son was also a prophet.
Now.
And he's the one that
Jacob
built the tower.
had 12 sons.
The Muslims
My man, Jacob had 12 sons.
It was Abraham and Ishmael that built the house. And the last prophet, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
right?
is the descendant of Abraham.
What are you talking about?
Abraham.
It doesn't matter if
Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
It doesn't matter if
Ishmael is the seal of the prophet.
Read that.
Every nation had a prophet anyway.
Listen.
But before he reads that, right? I want to explain something. I want to explain something. Just because you're from the seed, matter of fact, get the precept on that. Get the precept on that. Right, the seeds of men. Get that.
Relations.
The Mexican had their own prophets. Everybody had their own prophets from
just because I want to just make this quite clear. Just because your nation came out of the seed of Abraham doesn't make you a holy nation. Doesn't make you a chosen nation.
Yeah.
What makes you a chosen nation is that the covenant went down to your father. Okay, and where did the Abrahamic covenant went down to? It went down from Abraham, right? And then it went down to Isaac and then Jacob. Okay.
No, he went down all the way to Jesus.
It didn't go to Ishmael. The covenant never went to Ishmael.
Jesus. Yeah.
Okay, so let's.
But Ishmael alayhi salam was a different
Ishmael's a
bloodline.
Read that.
And the prophet who is the seal is the descendant of Ishmael.
Ishmael's a non-entity at this present
moment. And if you read the Quran, you will learn everything that you need to know.
Yeah, you'll be confused.
Go on. He has not been tampered with. He has not been tampered with.
Yeah, you'll be.
He has been agreed by
you'll be confused, my man.
Every single one has not been tampered with. This one is that you're reading, my friend.
Galatians 3 and 16.
Has been given to you by a white man.
Now to Abraham and his seed, where the promise is made.
I don't know why you think. You get me?
Yeah, read that again. Read all of them. You don't.
Now to Abraham and his seed, where the promise is made.
Right. Now to Abraham and the promise that his seed was made. All right. So the premise, as we can all understand here, okay, according to the Bible, the true word of the Lord, right, went from down to Isaac and Jacob. So his dealings is, look, if we're all sons of Abraham, then we were all God's children. But that's not the case. That doesn't mean anything. As long as you have the covenant, that's what sets you apart above all people in the eyes of the Lord. All right? But that's something that the Quran will do. The Quran will mess you up. He's saying that the Quran was never tampered with. Just because the Quran was never tampered with, which really the Quran was made up by a bunch of Roman Catholic institutions, man. And they were also called black men. And that's why he's bugged out his mind. All right? But he's all right. You know, he came respectful. But the man's bugged out his mind. And I knew he was bugged out by looking at his eyes.
Yeah, man. And he was drinking Coke, man. Coke has got something called aspartame in it.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he had the truth, brother, why is he drinking aspartame? Come on, man.
Which is a low grade of rat poison, man.
Right. So read that, bro. Read that.
Right, Galatians 3:16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made.
Yep.
He saith not, and to seeds as of many, but as of one.
Right.
And to thy seed, which is Hamashiach.
Read that one more time. Read the whole thing one more time.
Now to Abraham and his seed.
Right. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promise made. Go on.
He saith not, and to seeds as of many.
Right. Not to seeds of many, because Abraham had many children, obviously. He had many sons, didn't he? Okay. We all know he had Ishmael and he also had Jacob. Okay. And he had other sons, I believe, as well. But the point of the matter is that where did the covenant go back to? He's saying, well, the covenant went down to Ishmael, as the the Quranians believe, the Mohammedans believe. They believe that the covenant went down to Ishmael, which that's just a lie in itself.
That's a lie, man. That's a lie.
You know, that's just to bring in the Arabs into the into their doctrine.
Get more money for.
That's all it is. Come on, man. Give me a break. Go on, bro.
He saith not, and to seeds as of many,
right?
But as of one.
As of one seed. So what one seed was given the covenant? Now, Isaac was given the covenant.
That's it.
Okay. It's like when I said, as we all should know.
Yeah.
Key word I put out there, right? To make him look stupid. That's why I said, as we all should know.
Yeah.
So, I can see him thinking like, not really. Yes, really.
Yeah.
Yes, really. Go on.
But you know what that proves, though? That proves that we're at the bottom of the barrel. That a piece of shit like that can come up to us.
No, but you know what, though? It's all right, brother. It's all right because. Hey, man, it's just a demon in the way. But we have to, sometimes you got to use demons to edify the point.
Yeah.
Because you got certain people, they may be watching and they don't know.
That's true.
So the point of the matter is, let's read the point of the matter again.
Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made.
Right.
He saith not, and to seeds as of many,
right,
but as of one, and to thy seed which is Hamashiach.
Right, which is Hamashiach. You know, because we all came out of Shem, right? Yeah. We all came out of Abraham, right? But who was again given the covenants and the promises and the adoption of sons? Okay, to pretty much bring us to the covenant.
Right.
Get that.
Romans 9:7, it says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham,
right?
Are they all
neither because they are the seed of Abraham. Go on.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Go on.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Yahweh.
That's all of them other sons that he had.
Yep.
Okay. All of those other sons. Didn't he have a couple of sons of Keturah? Or that's
2.
I believe it was 4 or 5. I believe it was.
6.
Right. 6 sons of Keturah.
Yeah, 8 in total.
Huh.
8 kids in total.
But sometimes you forget. So he had 8 kids. He had 8 kids, right? When you read the scriptures. Now, once again, did any of those 7 sons receive the promise along with Isaac? No. So therefore, again, right? Just because you came out, just because your line or your nation comes out of the line of Abraham does not make you one of the sons of God.
And it says in the Quran that the chosen seed is Israel.
Right.
They even said that in the Quran. So, so he don't even know his own shit. Maybe that Espartame plays in his brain to the point.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I said what I said. He said with the Quran was never tampered with. But if you know the Quran, you're gonna be confused because at the same token, in your Quran it says that the nation of Israel is the chosen race. In your Quran.
What they do is they say on because we didn't believe in Esau.
Right.
That we broke the covenant. That's what they say. We broke the covenant.
Right.
So they say now because we broke the covenant, God is now dealing with Ishmael and everyone else.
All together.
That's what they're trying to say.
Right. But you can cut them with that because, and this is why the Muslims, they don't really like the New Testament because the New Testament cuts them all up when you read the New Testament. Okay, and you find out that the Lord, and come on, and it just makes sense, man. You got to use common sense here, right? Because they all believe who they call Jesus Christ. Some of them anyway. You got a group of them that don't believe, and then you got, the commercialized Muslims that believe in Jesus Christ. So wait a minute. So when we read the New Testament, we find out when we read about Yahweh Shah, we find out that he was the mediator or the Ark of the Covenant to restore the nation of Israel. But in their book, as you stated, it says that the Israelites, disobeyed. I'm roughly paraphrasing, right? In their book, it says that basically because we've sinned, now the Lord is dealing with Ishmael now. But when you read about Yahweh Shah, he was the reconciler of the nation of Israel. So this is what I'm saying. When you read the Quran, you're going to get confused, man. Even on that, you're going to get confused.
That's it.
About, it ain't been tampered with. I could write a book and it won't be tampered with.
They know, because I've questioned Muslims.
Don't make it right.
I've questioned Muslims. I said, listen, the covenant was passed from Abraham onto Isaac.
Right.
Ishmael was pushed to the side along with his mother Hagar.
Right.
They know that.
Right.
But it's that what they try to do is they try to tap dance around the topic.
And he even said it. He said it.
Exactly.
When the man was up there, he even said, Hagar, she was a servant of the servant. He said it out of his own mouth. So if Hagar was a servant, then why would Ishmael be a significant?
It's bugged out Muslim rap, man. It's bugged out, man.
Galatians 4:28. It says, "Now we brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise."
Right. Now Isaac, read that verse one more time.
Now we brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise.
Right, because we came out of that lineage, that lineage from Isaac. Okay, and that's what we believe through the spirit and power of the Lord. Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shah. We believe that obviously because we don't have the records, we don't have the the hardcore records proving that we come out of the line of Isaac. But it makes sense because when you actually tie the prophecies to us as a people, we fit the prophecies of being the Israelites today. So we would have to be these people written in scriptures.
That's right.
Okay, go on.
But as then, he that was born after the flesh persecuted him that was born after the spirit.
That's it.
Even so it is now.
Right, even so it is now. Okay, but the point of the matter is that the covenant wasn't given to many seeds. Because you would think, if you have all of these sons, you would assume that as a father you would give some kind of blessing to all of your children. But there was only one blessing given to one of his sons, and that was Isaac. And that same blessing went all the way down to Jacob, and all the way down to the 12 patriarchs. All right? That's all it is, man. Ishmael is a non-entity concerning the covenant. That's all I have to say on that.
That's why it says in Joel, it says, "What have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?"
Right.
Because the Ishmaelites that are living there, they're claiming to be covenanted with Allah, with God.
Right.
That's why it says, I ain't got no there to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In Palestine, they got this thing called the March of Return. Return where, man? It ain't
You
your
were
land.
never in there.
Yeah. Well, they said, you got one?
Yeah.
You got it.
And nevertheless, what saith the scripture?
Right. What saith the scripture? No, brother, the Quran. It says it in the Quran, brother.
Cast out the bondwoman and her son, for the son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of the free.
Shall not be heir with the son of the free.
Straight up cut.
Cut.
So then, brethren, we are not children of the bondwoman, but of the free.
But of the free, which is what, sir? Okay, Sarah was the female. So, point of the matter is that Hagar and Ishmael is a non-entity concerning the covenant.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so we don't. So, all you Muslims out there, hey man, like I said, just stick to your Quran. Don't try to come up here telling us about no Quran, because we're not gonna hear no Quran. Why would we want to hear about a book that came 600 years way after Yahweh Shai? What sense does that make?
Yeah.
It's better that we read the book of the men that was with Yahweh Shai. Why would we read a book about something that came 600 years after him? I'd rather read a book of the men that was with him. Because we all know that Muhammad and Yahweh Shai was not together. All right, let's just seal the deal on that one. It's common sense, man.
How can you prove that the Bible has been corrupted? Where's your
proof?
Where's your basis?
It's hard to say that, because you're just trying to discredit the Bible.
Right.
It's our sync with the Quran. But how can you say that it's been corrupted? Where's your sources
to back it up?
Your ancient sources, when you compare the modern day Bible
Right.
and the ancient, you ain't got this. You can't say that.
There's no validable sources. So it's like when you go to court, right, and you want to take somebody down, or you want to sue somebody or put them in jail, whatever, because of what the crimes they committed. Guess what? You have to have validable proof of what that person did. You can't just come up here and say, well, the Bible has been tampered with, it's been edited or whatever. But where's your proof?
Yeah, man.
There's no proof they can come up with. But guess what? We got proof that the Quran is not the word of the Lord.
Yeah.
It's a man-made book that was made by the Roman Catholic fathers, man, the founding fathers of the Roman Catholic institution. And we found out that they were so-called Negroes that made up that doctrine for you Arabs, man. So that you Arabs can rule under that false philosophy in a different God. So then that way you can go over to Jerusalem, destroy those Jews, and establish so that the Roman Catholic institution can establish their church. That's what it was all about, man. And it was really about getting the Arabs to believe in the Roman Catholic dogma, but more in an Arabic sense. That's when you have Islam.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all it comes from. When you really dig deep and detail. That's why everything that you get into, what do you gotta do? You gotta do research on what you're gonna get involved in.
Yeah,
you can't just jump into something because it feels good.
Yeah.
And you taking the Shahada, all of a sudden you in. No, you gotta do research about this thing, man. Because that Shahada, man, that's just all of that right there. That's just what you call putting demons on you. All right, they gonna put a spell on you, they make sure that you stay in being a Muslim. That's all it is. Ain't nothing but a spell. Okay, but like I said, when you dive into like I said, when you dive into the Quran and the beliefs of it, there's not an inkling of truth in that book. All you have is just a bunch of stories that was written by the fathers of the Roman Catholic institution.
Right.
That's all it is. If you tell a Muslim what particular year and time was that written, what prophet or somebody that wrote that part of into Quran, when was that? What time of what's the date and time when that was written? They can't give you a date and time. Why? Because it's not historically proven. It's just made up bullshit.
It's Roman Catholic rubbish, man.
That's all it is. It's a made up story.
Yeah.
And that's really what I wanted to say. Is it a real story? Is it something that really happened? Because when we go read the Bible, right, and you dive into the history, you find out that it happened in 65 AD.
Yeah.
Or this happened in 586 BC, etc., etc. But when you read the Quran, you ain't gonna find you ain't gonna find anything on that in terms of the time and the date when that happened. Because it's not history, it's made up bullshit.
Yeah. Them saying that the scripture saying that Muhammad's the comforter, man.
Right. And you know what too? There hasn't been no one to open up the Quran and to prove the Quran validable. But guess what? They've opened the Bible up and proven that it be validable. That's why you have the Valley of Eight down in Turkey. Okay? Of the Ark. That what is it?
Ron Wyatt found it.
Right.
Yeah. He found it at Mount Ararat, Turkey. Yeah.
Right, Mount Ararat, Turkey.
Yep.
And he also found out how you had other civilizations that back up the Bible, like the Egyptian civilization.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, like I want to say again, when you read the Quran of things that happen, can anybody find any form of relics or old information of that to prove the Quran to be validable. No, you can't. Why? Because it's made up bullshit.
Yes.
From the Roman Catholic institution.
The Roman Catholics. And when the Muslims got into it, they wouldn't hand it over. They said, no, we're staying here, man. And then we had a crusade against them. You know the crusades? He said, look, hand it over now. The deal was for you to get Jerusalem and hand it over. No, I'm going to stay here. So we had wars with them, man. And that's why in Palestine now, when I see them getting bombed or whatever, I just laugh, man. Because them Palestinians, they're wicked, man. And they were the same people that were fighting us in the Middle Ages. They were fighting us in the Middle Ages, man. Remember, it was Jake going up there under, what's that, King Richard the Lionheart, all right, to fight for that land, man. And them Arabs, when they caught us, they were doing all kinds of things, man. Castrating us, all right. The Ottoman Turks as well, they're Muslim. They castrated our men, so forth. But to say that Muhammad's a comforter, the comforter is the scriptures, all right. Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. So the comforter is the scriptures, not and a black illiterate Arab called Muhammad, man. All right, and he was black because Hagar was an Egyptian and Abraham was black, man. Them Muslims can't even admit that Muhammad was a black man.
Yeah. He was a dark-skinned man.
Yeah.
Say, you know, the reason why they hold on to it is once you destroy it, man, their whole existence is destroyed. They got nothing after that.
Yeah.
So they have to fight. It's the same with the Christians. They have to fight to keep holding their Christianity.
Yeah.
Even if they, in their spirit, they know it's wrong.
Yeah, because they know it's bullshit, but they still hold on to it. Because now it's become a way of life to them. They have nothing else to really, go by. Other than the Quran. The Quran is just a culture thing. Because when you tell an Arab, look, you gotta drop that Islam, what you're saying is do away with your culture.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's what you're saying. But they don't really believe in the Quran. They don't really believe it because, like I said, if they really believed it, how come they coming over here down there in London? If England is Sin City according to the Muslims, why are they coming down there for? So that's showing you right there that they don't believe in no Quran, man. They don't believe it.
You have to understand is that when the Roman Catholic Church was trying to make the different Arab tribes believe that the Jews were their enemies.
That's it.
They was just trying to teach them, listen, they're your enemies. They was just trying to make them believe that they're your enemies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make them believe it and shit like that.
Right.
What you have to understand is that Islam shit got out of hand and it kind of backfired.
That's it.
You know, the Arabs, they really believed in it.
Yeah, because they said...
Then they start going around conquering around the earth, man. That Islam shit, they actually believed it. But the Roman Catholic Church didn't. If they knew that would have got that far, they probably wouldn't did it.
Right, because they made it for that. They made it so that the Arabs can go against the Jews.
Right, because the Jews are people that was in Judea.
Right.
They didn't want to join the other niggas that were ruling the Byzantine Empire.
Right.
They don't want to join. They were basically in the way of their imperialism.
Right.
Because they wanted to spread their empire.
Right.
And the Jews that were living in Judea at the time, they weren't fucking with that. They said, no, we're keeping our customs, we're keeping our laws.
Right.
And they said, how are we going to get rid of them? Because we need the Arabs to do the dirty work for us. Because it's going to make us look bad going down there and killing our own people. So what they did was, they used the writers of Augustine, St. Augustine, and some other guy, I forget his name.
St. Augustine of Hippo.
Yeah, and what they did was they said they told the Arabs, listen, there's going to be a Messiah among you Arabs that's going to join all of you together and make you powerful. And that guy was none other than Muhammad.
That's it.
And that's when they took it to the extreme, and then they started believing in that Islam shit. And they went around the world conquering the world.
That's what it was made for. It was made so that the Arabs can conquer the Jews, and also once the Jews were conquered by the Muslims, as they planned strategically, now the Roman Catholic institution, they can set up their church in Jerusalem. And if they can set their church in Jerusalem, guess what? now the Roman Catholic Church or institution would be become a powerhouse to all people. That was the agenda, but it backfired on them. Because the Muslims, the Arabs, they started to believe in that dogma so bad that they even went against the Roman Catholic plots. All right? And this is why you have this doctrine today. But the doctrine was really based on a war doctrine. And this is why when you read certain parts of the Quran, it speaks about, you know, doing away with Christians and doing away with other people that didn't believe. Roughly paraphrasing. That's the reason why that's in there is for those Arabs, so when they meet other people that are under a different belief, they can kill them and establish their world. Okay?
That's right.
And you know that Islam came from the Roman Catholic Church because they believe in the Virgin Mary.
Right.
They believe in the Virgin Mary. And the Bible doesn't say nothing about basically the Bible doesn't say that Mary didn't have sex with Joseph.
Right.
And she says that Joseph was the father of Jesus. Aren't you the carpenter's son?
Yeah.
So everybody knew that Joseph was the biological father of Yahweh Shai. Everyone knew that.
Right.
Everyone knew that. They didn't say, you're the son of God. No, that was bullshit. They don't even believe in that, man.
Right.
That they would have knew that would have been adultery then. So,
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
That would have been adultery. God committed adultery with Mary. And so basically, so that all came from the Roman Catholic Church, and the Roman Catholic Church, they got that from ancient Babylonian paganism. All right, the whole mother-child, son, father, you know, that whole worship thing, the Trinity shit.
Yeah.
That came from the Eastern as well. Look at the word Easter in the Bible. That again, that goes back to ancient Babylonian worship. When you look it up, it means apostle. About the apostle. You know? So that's further proof that the Quran is of a Roman Catholic origin. Okay, it's of a Roman Catholic origin. That's what it goes back to. The Bible doesn't say that Mary didn't have sex.
Right.
They had sex. Right, because they
It
were
was
both
getting it in.
because Joseph was of the line of line of David.
Yep.
And so was Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
So that one is all proof. Right.
Muslims have the Roman Catholics have a Gregorian call to prayer, and then Muslims have got their call to prayer.
Right.
The Roman Catholics have got beads, prayer beads. So Islam, man, checkmate, man.
And that's where, and see, what we doing is because, like I said earlier before, we got proof. We're not going to just say, oh, Islam is wrong just to be saying it. No, we got the proof. Because we've done the research already. We found out that where this doctrine comes from is a powerful doctrine. So because it's so powerful today, we have, you know, billions of strong that believe in this faith. We're going to look it up. And one thing about the Israelites that's from One West, which GMS, we came from the One West, that's our MO. We do research on things. Okay, and this is why we can say what we can say about Islam. It comes from the Roman Catholic Church. As the brother, you know, the brother Dawadi, he broke it down. He said, well, you look at Christianity and the Quran, and the believers of Islam, they believe they have one thing in common. And the one thing in common that they believe is the virgin birth. And where did the virgin birth concept come from? It came from the Roman Catholic institution. Because also the ideology of Christianity, which is not biblical, came from the Roman Catholic Church as well.
Not
Yeah, that's Ephraim, that's right, we understand that. Right, but all of this is just the 12 tribes of Israel today. The 12 tribes of Israel today is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay, that's all that is right there. But going back to the point of the matter is that this is why the Muslims, they're so confused about the covenant situation. All right, because they've been taught that Ishmael, you know, came from Abraham, which they're right on that. Ishmael did come from Abraham. But what they're also confused about is the covenant. And the covenant never went down to them. All right? And, you know, they like to say, well, the Bible has been, as I said earlier before, the Bible has been tampered with. But like I said, like the brother said earlier before, where's the valuable proof?
Yeah, man.
So read what you got, brother, about the Quran.
Yeah, it's about well, really, our people, Islam, this is Babylon Timbuktu, page 93. And it's embarrassing because I'm a Mandingo, man. You know? And it
Don't
says,
worry about that, brother, man. Don't worry about that.
it says, Tariq el-Fatak says that the king of Songhai Empire, Ghana, was persuaded to convert to Islam
Right.
by the merchants of the city of Goa.
Right. And that's why you got those countries that are down there that have been conquered to be. That's why you have certain countries that are Muslim, that are now Arabs. Why? Because they were conquered to believe in it. They didn't become Muslims because all of a sudden it became, you know, a part of the doctrine. No, the Arabs, the Muslims conquered certain people in Africa, and this is why you have certain people in Africa or nations that believe in Islam. Because you have to go back to the belief of Islam. What is their belief? Their belief is that they're gonna want to establish their Islamic utopia around the earth, and they still talk about that right now. Oh, you know, in a couple of years' time, it's gonna be England's gonna be covered with Muslims today. So the reason why they have that mindset, because that mindset goes back to the doctrine of Islam. Okay, go on.
Go on, precept.
Go on, bro.
Revelation 16 verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon,
Right.
and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Right, because you have 3 city-states. Okay, you have the financial state, which is Great Britain, and you also have the war state, which is in America, and you have the religious state, which is in Rome, Vatican Rome. Right? So, keep going.
Yeah. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles,
Right.
which go forth unto the kings of the earth,
Right.
and of the whole world,
Right?
to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty.
Okay, go on.
And that's it.
All right, so that's just how it is. So dealing with one of the city-states, which is Vatican Rome,
Right.
which is where the Roman Catholic which is where the Roman Catholic institution is in.
Right.
That institution right there was responsible for deceiving the mass of the people.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Okay, under false philosophy.
Right.
Open scripture.
Go on.
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. It says, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
Read that again.
For the devising of idols was the beginning.
You have to read a bit louder, brother.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
Right, because if you worship a different power or a different entity altogether, you're really committing adultery against the supreme power. You know, when you formulate a statue or you formulate a new philosophy or whatever, you're actually going against the power, the main power that created the heavens and the earth. And that Islam fits right in there. Because that's just a different belief system. But like I said, the reason why the Roman Catholic institution did what it had to do to deceive the world. Okay, under this false illusions, man. Because when you really break down the concept of Christianity, it doesn't link up with the Bible. When you read the Bible to a Christian or a verse, they don't agree with that verse, a particular verse. But when you just spew out madness that they believe in, okay, they agree with it. Like, for example, the virgin birth and God saved all people. They can agree with all of that because that's within the doctrine of Christianity. All right, Roman Catholic dogma that they are under. Same thing with Islam. Islam is under that Roman Catholic dogma as well. So that's the false prophet, which is spoken of in the book of Revelations. You can give me that, brother. You can finish that.
And it says, and the invention of them, the corruption of life.
Right, and the invention of them and the corruption of life. Because if you look at the Muslims, they're corrupt. The Christians, same thing, they're corrupt.
Yeah, they are.
All of them are corrupt. They don't know the truth. How the hell you been a Christian for 40 years and you don't have all the answers? Come on, man. You haven't came to find out who the Israelites are. They don't even know who they are. Because if they're saying that the Bible is their book, according to Christians, then they should know about their book. They should know who the nations of the earth today. If the spirit of the Lord is still in Christianity. But quite frankly, they come up here to come up against us and what we're bringing about, Because really what it is, they're trying to immerse themselves in the real truth from what we bring up. And the real truth of the matter is that not everybody can be saved. Now, under the ideology of Christianity, everybody can be saved. But the truth of the matter concerning the gospel, what the gospel is saying, differs. Read on. You got a precept.
I got precept.
You go.
Luke chapter 4, verse 7.